Ubaba Zungu, my lord.
Thank you, my lord. For starters, this is not a question of law, it's a question of fact. Secondly, that passage that was read into record as to why the state decided not to call Baba Zungu, that is a perspective from the state's side. I am asking Baba Zungu now from the defense side. That is their perspective. They've got all the right to argue this point from their perspective. The defense will also have all the right to argue this point from its perspective, which is the reason why I am asking Mr. Zungu that according to him, why was he not called? As an expectation that he had a legitimate expectation that because this case, the arrest of accused number 1 and 2 was premised on the alleged statement that he allegedly made, he would then have been called, but the state decided not to call him. Now, I am asking him that according to his opinion, and if his opinion matters, and if his opinion is wrong or right, that will be what the court will be called upon to determine at the end of this case. But we cannot be detracted from receiving his opinion at the end of the day simply because the state says they put on record the reason why they decided not to call him. That is their own perspective. I am approaching this case now from the defense perspective, madam. I would therefore submit that this question is pretty relevant, madam.
4:10. Boom! In the hour.
And just like that, Mzansi Unfiltered gave us a 4:10 situationship. Did you hear how he dropped that bomb and said, oh no, oh no, 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 no. It is not a question of the law. It is a question of facts, aka it's a fact the court is corrupt. At least that's what I heard. It's a fact that Brigadier Bongani Nicholas Gininda did not, and I quote and I repeat, call Absolom Zungu. And it is a fact that the state did not call Absolom Zungu to be a witness inside party within the courtroom. Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition. Mzansi Unfiltered in the building. I don't know what we're going to do. It's going to be really hard. Absolom Zungu. We're going to have Absolom Zungu withdrawal symptoms. Can you believe it? His cross-examination, re-examination, evidence in chief, everything is done. Is there nothing else that the law can put to the record so he can just stay in there? He has been such a breath of fresh air. As Mnisi said, the less fortunate, the vulnerable. He has been representing, okay? He has been representing, and the elderly. He's been standing strong as on his own. And you guys have called him Advocate Ubaba Zungu. Even, okay, Judge Baloyi himself starts by calling him Baba Zungu. He had no choice. However, he refused profusely for any totems to be said inside party within the courtroom. And you know what? Shame on you, Baloyi. Shame on you. Baloyi said it's not the place. It is not the place. But no problem. At least Mnisi put Judge Baloyi in his place with his objection. Because my lord said, Andizi, don't put me in on this. I've already been called corrupt and I'm still nursing my ego. So, Mnisi wants to know, in Zungu's opinion, why was he not called to the stand as a witness? Let's listen to how Ubaba Zungu responds. Here goes.
Thank you.
Umbono ngokombono wakho ke wena Baba Zungu ukuthi ke njengoba ke uBrigadier Gininda wathula ubufakazi lapha kwenkundla ukuthi okwamholela ekuboshweni kwakhe umangalelo oqala nowesibili ngokungenxa le statement ekuthiwa wena usenzile. Manje ke wena ngokombono wakho ucabanga ukuthi isizathu sokuthi ungasabizwa ke lapha kwenkantolo isiphi? Kwenziwe yini?
Uma bengasangibiza enkantolo kusho ukuthi phela into engazange yenzeke ngendlela leyo ukungiqambela amanga.
It means that that was not done correctly and they now lying.
Nalabo bantu ababe ingane zabantu lezi ezibiziwe ilandwe kuyoGininda kuphe esingayitshena khona mina ngafikanga ufikisana ngathi uGininda right inkantolo abaphela bange ngisafika mina enkantolo.
And these kids that Gininda said, or Gininda had brought here, what would we say to them? What evidence would we show them as to whether Gininda was correct to do that or what?
nabanikazi beingane lapha oba phela bayabuza ukuthi kungani ngingabizwa namanje nawe uyabona nti kungani nobani uyabona shuthi kwakungekho kwakukhona ubugebengu.
And there's people around these kids that are asking also that as to why was I not called to this matter. So I'm also wondering why was I not called. So there are also people asking around as to why was I not called.
Ecaleni serious kanje
This is such a serious matter.
lisakazwa ngisho lela lisakazwa khona lize leyoshona langa lisakazwa.
This matter is broadcast all everywhere and every day, all day.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Uyazi umkhwanazi.
Thank you, Honorable Member.
Phambili umkhwanazi baba.
Honorable Taula.
Kodwa mawusuyibuza wena uthi uphi kanti lo okuthiwa icala lavulwa ngaye la enkantolo.
One would ask themselves as to where is this person that they referred to, that they made this arrest because of him? Where is this person?
Phela nalaba abasolo bebezokweneliseka enhlizweni uma mina bengifikile ngangena la ebhokisini oba ugininde balami.
Also, the suspect would have been fully satisfied if I was called, brought to the witness box, and I'd explained my story.
Thank you.
Ilokho ke ngishoyo ukuthi ngoba ngisho nje bengeke
Okay, so you get to hear exactly what his demands are. Why was he not called into the witness box? And he literally continuously says, and you can tell he's not afraid of the box, which for me speaks volume. Because Gininda said he's too afraid to come. He's afraid of family retribution. But here he is saying, as an accuser, I must be able to face the suspects. And it's only fair for them as well to see me. And I, inside this box, I point them out. He does not mince his words. Which, let me tell you something. The moment he says this is a very, very serious matter, it is broadcasted every day, all day. Why was I not called? Why was I therefore not called? I also like the fact that he calls the accused these kids. These kids that Gininda brought to court, what do we say to them? So if I hadn't come to court, what evidence do they have? What evidence do they have of what exactly is going on? And then he repeats, wow. And that is his perception, which Advocate George Baloyi didn't want him to say out loud. And he says, if they didn't call me, therefore it wasn't done correctly, and they are now lying. What about the parents of these kids? They are the ones who are asking why I also haven't been called. So I guess right now we're talking in terms of the parents of accused number 1, parents of accused number 2, who are possibly wondering, okay, you pointed our kids out, but then you also don't go into the court to point them out. What is this kind of thing? So it is really, really, really overwhelming. But let me go ahead and end this right here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. And I'll definitely catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.